Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all the correct order that the Disney Pixar movies should be in. I love Disney and Pixar just like a lot of people, and whenever there's a lot of people who love something, there's always tier lists. There's always things that other people love that you absolutely hate, and vice versa. So we're going to be tier ranking all the Disney Pixar films today, and in my opinion, this is going to be the correct order in which they need to be tier ranked in. Obviously, disclaimer, this is just my opinion. Even if I do think my opinion is the correct and only one, it is still my opinion, and it's sadly not fact. And once we get through tier ranking mine, so you can kind of see where it is, we're also going to look at some of the others that have been saved to kind of see where I fit in with the rest of the Pixar fandom. So I'm recording my screen now, and we are on the tier maker website, the one that everyone uses. And I was able to find one that has all the Pixar films. So the tier rankings that we have are timeless, great, good, okay, and bad. So we're going to start with the very first one, which is A Bug's Life. And I'm going to put A Bug's Life in good. I really like it. It's a good, solid movie. Like, good for me is probably like slightly above average, So, and I feel like a lot of movies will probably go here because I don't want to pollute timeless, because it's timeless. It terrified me as a kid, so it's taken me a long time to really open up to it and actually enjoy it. Those grasshoppers are just no joke. They're scary. Next up we have is Brave. Brave is going to be a great movie. I think Pixar did a really great job at making a princess movie. I know not everyone agrees, but I really like it, and it makes me cry every single time. And also, like, just how Brave fits into the Pixar theory as a whole brings it up so many more levels. If you don't know how this movie fits into the Pixar theory, you need to watch a video on it. I think the Super Carlin Brothers just released a fully updated one for 2022 of the entire Pixar theory, so you can kind of watch it all there. But yeah, definitely check it out, and then you'll understand. And then you'll understand why this makes it great. Next up is Cars 2. Okay, I don't even have to think about this. This is bad. This is absolute garbage. I am so sorry, but this movie is a perfect example of putting the funny side character as the main character and realizing that there is nothing to build off of because the main character can't just be funny all the time. It is bad, and I pretend it was never made. Next up is Cars 3. Cars 3 is a good movie. I like it. I haven't watched it a lot. I think I've watched it maybe 2 times. But from what I remember of it, it's a solid movie. Definitely a bunch of steps up from Cars 2. And I like to view it as the actual sequel to Cars. Next up, we have Coco. And Coco, I had a hard time with this one, I wanted to put it in timeless, but compared to the other ones that I want to put in timeless, I think it deserves great. So that's where it will stay. The music and the illustrations for this movie are some of my favorite. But yeah, I tried to be really picky when it came to timeless ones. So this one just didn't make it. But yeah, this Coco also makes me cry all the time. I mean, is it really a Pixar movie if it doesn't make you cry? I don't know. Next up is Cars, and Cars is a great movie. I love Cars. I have a lot of fond memories with Cars because my uncle and my grandfather, who are both not with us anymore, they were big NASCAR people. And just watching it with them and stuff like that just has really good memories around it. I enjoy watching this one. I watch this one a lot. Next up is Finding Dory. It's an okay movie. I think I've watched it twice too. It's not one I like go for or really think about, but it's also not that, like, it's a subpar sequel, you know? This one does a little bit better of a job of having the comedic side character become the main character, and so it does a way better job than Cars 2, but if I'm gonna watch a Nemo movie, I'm gonna watch Finding Nemo, which is what's next, and that one's a great movie. I really enjoy that movie, but honestly, I think I enjoy the musical way better than just the movie itself. You can watch the musical version in Disney World. It's one of their stage plays and stuff like that, and the songs, so good. The costumes, so good. Like, I want Finding Nemo the musical to like tour and like become a real thing because it's just that good. Next up is Inside Out, and this one's an okay movie. Now, this one does make me feel things, and I do cry in this one, but it's just not one I think about. Like, if I'm thinking of Pixar movies, this is not very high on the list of, like, what first comes to mind. Next up is Luca, and this is a good movie. I enjoy this movie. I haven't watched it a lot, so that's why it's staying here in good, because I haven't watched it enough to fully say that it's a great movie or it's a timeless movie. Like, it needs to marinate a little bit longer before I can feel like it fully deserves those higher titles. But I could see this one becoming a great or timeless movie. Next up is Monsters, Inc. And this one is our very first timeless movie. Sully and Mike are everything. I love them so much. There's so many quotable things from this movie that I just quote in my everyday life. And this is one of the movies that I, like, if you say Pixar, Monsters, Inc. comes in my head very instantly. And it's just, I don't understand how people cannot like that movie. Next up is Monsters University, and I think this is a great movie. I think this is great neurodivergent and autistic representation, which some people may be like, what? But yeah, just watching Mike, who has all these barriers set up in front of him, keep trying to do something, and then even in the end, he still doesn't get his dream. Like, it's, even though he's worked the hardest for his goal of becoming a scarer, and he has the most heart and determination out of all of them, he still lacks some things, and it's not fixed by the end of the movie. He doesn't magically become scary or find a way to become scary. He just learns to accept himself in who he is and accept his limitations, but not let his limitations get him down. I'm probably explaining that really badly, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna quit talking about it. Next up is Onward, and Onward is a good movie. This is another one, just like Luca. It could go up there. I don't think it could be timeless, but it could definitely be great. I do actually enjoy like rewatching this one. I have rewatched it quite a few times. But yeah, just compared to the other greats, it's just not, I don't know. So I don't really know how to put my words into this one, but this one just, it's good. It's above average. Next up is Ratatouille, and Ratatouille is another timeless. I mean, just the idea of a rat pulling your hair and making you a Michelin star chef. Need I say more? It's amazing. And again, I love that there are consequences at the end of this movie where the restaurant gets shut down. And yes, they're able to like immediately build up a new restaurant that is run essentially by rats, but they get shut down. It doesn't magically change or anything. Like, I don't know. If you can't enjoy Ratatouille, what are you doing with your life? Next up is Soul, and this one is a great movie. This one does give me a little bit of a life crisis whenever I watch it, so I don't watch this one often, but this one sticks with me. And it's just seeing the passion of the music, and then like just watching how like these, like just thinking about how souls enter bodies and things like that. Like, it's so calming, I guess, that like just finding that peace within a quote-unquote children's media, even though most of these movies, like Soul is definitely not a children's movie. It's an adult movie that appeals to children. Next up is The Good Dinosaur. I'm pretty sure I have an unpopular opinion here, but The Good Dinosaur is a good movie. I enjoyed this movie a lot. And honestly, if there was like a tier in between great and good, that's where Good Dinosaur would go, because I actually enjoy this movie. Now, a lot of this movie is just Pixar showing off and being like, look how great these cinematics are. Like, look how amazing our animation is. Look at this. Their animation's amazing. So yes, please show off. But like, I also like the story, and it's very much a climate change story that is very relevant. Next up is Incredibles 2. I haven't watched this one in a long time, so I'm kind of just going off of like fuzzy memories, but I'm pretty sure it's a good movie. I need to rewatch it. I mean, this is the only movie that I have like a t-shirt for. And I wear that t-shirt often, so I probably should watch it to be sure I actually enjoy it. But going off of like first couple watches that I did whenever it first came out, I enjoyed it. And I mean, it's The Incredibles, so you know. Next up is The Incredibles themselves, and this one is timeless. So maybe the timeless Incredibles is kind of influencing my opinion of the sequel, but that's fine, because it's my opinion. There is no flaw in The Incredibles at all. Next up is Turning Red. Turning Red is a great movie. I love this one, and I love all the nods and the hints at anime itself. And as someone who really enjoys anime, that was just fun to see kind of these two things that I really enjoy, Pixar and anime, kind of come together and make this wonderful story. Again, like some of the others, it needs to marinate and it needs to sit before I can fully allow it to bestow the title of timeless onto it, but I won't be surprised if it gets there within like a year or two. Next up is Toy Story. Toy Story, it's a good movie. I mean, it's the one that started it all. It's kind of hard to knock it, you know? But I will say every time I do watch it, all I can think about is how the original version of Toy Story, Woody was gonna be such a terrible person, and then they fixed it, but then even in the fixed version, the one that we have, he's still a terrible person. Next up is Toy Story 2. This one is a bad movie. absolute trash. I hate this movie so much. It's something about it. Like, I don't like the museum aspect at all, which is like majority of the movie. I don't like it. This is a bad movie. I hate it. Next up is Toy Story 3, though, and this one is a great movie. This is actually my favorite Toy Story movie, and it's such a bummer because I always want to watch the Toy Story movies in order, but then Toy Story 2 is so awful that it stops me from watching Toy Story 3. I just love Lotso as a villain, and then you have Ken and Barbie, and just the whole daycare aspect. And then also, like, in the end with Bonnie, and it just warms my heart so much. So many tears shed in this movie. Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 it's okay. I like it. I thought Toy Story 3 was a really good ending and a really good, like, ending point. And Toy Story 4 kind of opened it back up just to shut it again. So it kind of, I enjoyed it. It's a good movie. It's well made. And also we get Forky out of it, which I really enjoy Forky. But I don't know, it kind of like goes against all of what Woody stands for, and it just kind of like unravels his character in a way. I don't know. It's an unnecessary movie. But I'm glad that they did it well if they wanted to do it, you know? Next up is Up, and this one is a timeless movie. This is probably my favorite Pixar movie of all time. Carl and Ellie are relationship goals, and my wedding was Up themed. Not like full on Up themed, but like it had little hints of Up sprinkled throughout. Next up is WALL-E, which is also another timeless movie. WALL-E is also relationship goals, honestly. It's so, like, wonderful. And then, like, the dance scene when they're, like, dancing out in space. It's true. WALL-E is great. Lightyear is a good movie. And it's a good movie if you don't compare it to lore that we've gotten through the Toy Story ones. And especially like lore from like the TV show. It's a good, solid sci-fi that I think Pixar did really well. And I don't like the excuse of, oh, it doesn't feel Pixar, which like a lot of, like, I know that Good Dinosaur got that, Onward got that, and I feel like a few others have gotten the comment, this doesn't feel like a Pixar movie, which is kind of like the point. If Pixar was to truly stay the same, we wouldn't get half of these movies. We wouldn't be getting a movie about cars. We wouldn't be getting a princess movie. You know, we would be getting things a lot like Toy Story, which, while it's a good movie, I don't want a lot of that. I want diversity within my movies and within my stories told by these people who do put a lot of care and attention into the stories that they tell. And they do it through a wonderful means of animation. So this is my tier ranking list. Again, this is the proper tier ranking list. No. Honestly, as long as you put the bads in the bads, I'm not gonna fight you. So, I want to see what other people have done. They think Brave is bad? Okay. Good Dinosaur. Like, it's not a bad movie. What are you doing? You think WALL-E is a good movie? It's just good? No. And then, like, they have way too many movies in C. Way too many. This is unacceptable. Mr. Bigfoot Man, you have some issues. Okay, let's pick... Oh, they're not loading. Okay, let's pick this one. Oh, no. I think this one's bad. What? What are you doing? What? Oh my goodness. Okay. They have Lightyear and Turning Red as bad. They think Cars 2 is a good movie. And they think it's better than Cars 3? Sir, I'm hoping that this person, whoever they are, they put Lightyear and Turning Red down here because they were both Disney Plus only movies. They weren't released theatrically, and so they just didn't see them. They haven't seen them, so they can't rate them, so they just put them in bad. I'm hoping. Let's do one more. This one. They have no picture. Guys. Okay. I changed my mind. My ranking is fact. My ranking is fact now. All these people are wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. Soul, Turning Red, and Lightyear. Again, praying that this person just doesn't have Disney Plus. Interesting. That is an interesting timeless. Because, like 3 of those are, like, classics. And then the other 3 are, like, newer. Like, they were in, like, the mid era or whatever. So interesting. I wonder what connection they have with, like, those specifically. Cars 2, in another great position. At least it's better than Toy Story 2. At least they know that much. This person doesn't like going out there. They are very much a stick to the status quo. They probably love the argument Pixar needs to stay Pixar or whatever. Interesting. This is exhausting. Okay. We're gonna do one more. One more. And that is my partners. We're going to compare and contrast my partner's tier ranking to mine. I asked them to do it beforehand, and I didn't really look at it, so we'll see what that is. And I'll put it up on the screen, so it'll probably be like right here. They have none in bad. Interesting. And they also have a ton in timeless, which again kind of like, you know, waters down the timeless title, but whatever. Okay, so for timeless, they have Coco, which I approve of. They're timelesses. They have all the correct ones up there. And then they have 2 others that, you know, or 3 others that I'm not mad about. Good on you. Good on you. They have all 4 Toy Stories as good. I would have pegged them as more of like a Toy Story person. I guess not. And since they have just all of them clumped together, I wonder if they were thinking just like in general, just Toy Story as a whole is just a good, solid series. And that's why they put them all there. I think Brave is a little bit better than just good. And Finding Dory is not that good. But, you know, not mad about that, you know? And okay, you're still wrong about Cars 2. It is not just an okay movie. Me and my partner talk all the time about how awful Cars 2 is. I probably honestly talk about Cars 2 more than I talk about any other Pixar movie. So maybe is it my favorite? What I won't let slide is the Soul and Good Dinosaur slander. I know you're saying they're just okay, but you think they're on the same level as Cars 2. Sir, no. My channel is just gonna become good dinosaur content because people need to understand how this movie is actually a good movie. And Soul, it's a great movie. Maybe he put it down there because, you know, he hasn't watched it in a long time. Maybe both of those are down there because he hasn't watched them in a while. Because I know he's watched them. So we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. Okay, that was a lot. I need to recenter myself. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is just tier ranking. It's not that big of a deal. There's much more important things to put my mind and energy towards, but this is so much fun. Getting to argue about things that literally don't matter is really enjoyable. So please, let's have discussions in the comments about what you think of my tier ranking list, what you think of some of these other people tier ranking lists. Give me your own tier ranking, you know? And again, all opinions are perfectly valid unless you think Cars 2 and Toy Story 2 are good movies. Then you're not allowed. But this was fun, and I'm definitely going to do this again for maybe the Disney movies or Pixar shorts. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely want to do this again. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!